Hello, folks. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. We're going to have some fun today. Good music, too. Alrighty. I'm digging this remix, by the way. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I need to get my countdown working again. Yeah, maybe I'll try getting that going sometime soon. Wonder where I put that. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, what the heck? Let's since it's been a problem that Twitch has been doing weird things, I am going to do a quick pre-stream. I haven't done that in a while. Hello, everyone. How are you? Glad to have you here. The music you are now listening to, unlike the music you just were listening to, the music you are now listening to is being played by a Super Nintendo. But I figure, since a lot of folks haven't seen this yet, I am going to rerun that. Let me just quickly go into studio mode here for just a second. I'll show you what I've got going on here. So for HDMI 1, I'm just going to switch over to the Music SNES. We're just going to hide this. There we go. Alrighty. So you can see there in the upper right-hand corner that I got that playing, but I'm actually going to turn that off. And here's what we're going to do. I've got a terminal here. Let's see if I've got this on here. I'm going to show you how I do the music. Yeah, that'll work. Sure. There we go. So this will be a lot of fun, guys. I have been very, very happy and thrilled that I have access to all this. Okay, so I'm going to just open up a new tab. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let me just do this. And hopefully that doesn't break anything. No, it doesn't look like it broke anything too bad. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to do del save. And this will run a delete save file. So I'm going to turn on the Super Nintendo here. You can see it in a couple of different windows here. So this will delete a save file. So I'm going to turn the console back off. We're going to run this V6 stream here. All right. So you can watch Super Mario World here for just a second. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, Kenmurray. I thought the watch stream used to show up on Stream Chat. Hey, Vigames. I will get your name right one of these years. Also, I thought I nuked that bot, but whatever. Okay, we're going to play a little bit of Super Mario World, and then we're going to get back to Super Mario Brothers 3. Don't worry about that. Get back to that shortly. In the meantime, Vega, sure, that works. We can go with Vega. So as always, somehow a charge and chuck gets involved, and Yoshi is going to be popping out of nowhere here in a second. See? All right, so now we have that running. Now I'm going to play some audio here. All right, so you can see this is now running. The music you are hearing is coming through a Super Nintendo with just button presses. I'm going to shut up for just a second while I get a couple things prepped. You know, Steel, I do try. Alrighty, I have here some capture cards. I bought these for about $7 a piece. They are 720p HDMI. Nothing really fancy there. I am going to attempt to get not one, not two, but 3 separate consoles, and maybe even 4 consoles working on my laptop. So you can see my laptop view over here on the screen. It's physically right here next to me. And I have a couple of Nintendo consoles with OSSC units coming out of them. And my goal is to try to connect these guys to capture from here. See if it works. And Steel, I do aim to spoil. Once we get all that hooked up, then I'm going to try to race TASBot, but I might not have time for that today. Just like yesterday, I had a little bit more setup time than expected, and I have a hard stop at 5 p.m. my time, which is in about 45 minutes, unfortunately. Well, okay, an hour. What is it now? It's currently 3:45, so I have about an hour or so, hour and 15, but that's okay. These streams will keep getting longer as my health allows. Alrighty. So right now I'm going through my Magewell, and I'm pretty happy with that setup, but I'm going to need to do a couple of other things. So I do have these two Crapture devices, and I also have, by the way, these two are USB 2.0, and I also have, if I need to do it, I have this. I have a Mirabox as well, but I have a lot of video quality problems with this, so I'm going to try not to use it unless I have to. I also have a Dragon Tech, but it's super janky. I don't know why. Not really sure what's going on. Hey, Toho. So, the very first thing I need to do is go grab the image file that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be making a 4-square setup. It's kind of hard to explain, but you'll see what I mean in a second, for this race. The goal is to make it so that people can play against TASBot. Whoa.
Whoa, hey.
Well, it appears my belt pack has gone crazy. Not sure why. I'll have to look into that. So I just swapped belt packs. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's all right. Figure it out. You know, technical difficulties. I'll look into it later. Okay, so let me grab the layout that we're going to be using here. These were made by Dr. D2K9. You'll understand what I mean in just a second once I grab this file. It was over in the TASBot X channel of the TASBot Discord server. If you're not already there, head on over to discord.gg/TASBot. It's a wonderful community full of some pretty amazing folks. Right. Pull this. Here we go. Let's see. Not that one. Let's see. Let me go with... Well, I don't know. Let's go with this one. Copy link there. Let me get this one here. Oh, hey, B. Jonas. Good to see you. Praise the chair. Yes. Sorry, you guys came in at the wrong moment. HRI, this is not Bluetooth. This is a full a belt pack that's running across a Shure wireless system to an XLR. All right. So let's grab this. My goodness, Discord, you make everything so much harder these days. I mean, I understand why, but not my fault you guys decided to turn yourselves into your very own content distribution network on accident. Okay. Let's just drag that in downloads for the moment. Okay, let's set up a foreground here. I'm going to set up a foreground scene. Let's just do, well, we'll just do it as a 4x4x3. I'm going to set up an image here. Do an image. We're going to call this we're going to call that 4x4x3 FG downloads. Let's just grab it here. All right. So here is What is going on with my transform? Transform, reset, transform. That's weird. What size is this image anyway? Let me FF probe this. Let's see. This one says that it's 781 by 445. That's wrong. Hang on. What's going on there? Why is this image smaller than it should be? That one's right. Let me get the full thing, I guess. I didn't even know it was a thing. Okay, well that worked. The file I grabbed the first time was wrong. We have this fun bumper, by the way.
It's your very own Radio.TAS.Bot here, where we play nothing but 6, 6, and D6. This ain't your brother's turn on the Nintendo.
True to 4, stop into the Discord server and post pictures in real life or wherever of your cute kitties. I am so glad that you have cute kitties. All right, let me get back to this tab because I want to see what you guys are talking about in chat. You said, yeah, Bluetooth would be causing many more issues than that. B. Jonas, I do have to be careful how much I eat, but I did not, yeah. I always call you Mix the P. I don't know, Mick. I don't know. I'll just call you Mick. Okay, so I now have these 4 here. I'm going to move this one up and then add in a scene. I'm going to add in a scene called Cap1 as a source. We're going to take that scene and put it in the upper left corner. So I'm going to just resize that and chop the sides off. And probably have to do some transforms to it, because it looks like there's something funny going on with the aspect ratio. So here, let's do this. Let me go back to here. Let me do the 240p. Sweet. Which I should have on the EverDrive. All right. Of course, it didn't turn on. Let's try that again. There we go. That's better. So let's see if we can find a circle on here. HRI, I currently have 2. Let's see. Which one do I need? Not color bars. I need a Okay. That does not look like a circle to me. So, let's see what I can do about that. I'm going to take this and transform. Let me edit this transform. If I were to take a 1920 by 1080 and turn it into a 4 by 3, that would make it 1600. Is that correct? That seems closer. That's more of a circle. It's certainly less horrible than it was. Mick, where would I do that? A scale aspect ratio filter. Let me see if I've got that. So if I go to filter, and let's see, scaling aspect ratio. Okay. Okay. Well, that almost did what I wanted. Yeah, that'll work. But how do I know what it ended up? So there's a couple of things. It did have a little bit of a bar on the right. I'm not too concerned about that. This might work. This might get the job done. This might be all right. This is at least a circle. So let me get the ratio right on each side. So this is 240 by 240. The only thing is I have a little bit of a black bar on the side. So let's see what happens when I do this. So I'm going to reset this transform. And then we'll just make it smaller in the upper left. Like that. And I need to drop the source down. Okay. Now I could get super exact and get this precisely the way I need it, but it's probably going to be just fine. Now, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be correct. 8 pixels. Yeah, about like that. You know what? I am too much of a perfectionist sometimes. Hey, the X-Man. So glad to see you here. Good to see you. Glad to have you around. Okay, so I think that's the correct aspect ratio for that. And now I just need to duplicate that 4 times and decide what text I want to put in over here. I'm not yet sure how I'm going to do this because I need a timer. I need some way of doing a race timer. But it needs to count down. So maybe some folks that are used to real-time runs can help me with this because the reality is I don't do this very often. But the idea would be to race against TASBot. You, as the human runner, set your own time of how long you think it'll take to finish a specific task. And then you'll have a chance to race against TASBot. I'm going to try to set this up today fast enough. Let me first start by getting the other image up and running. So let me switch back to Super Mario Bros. 3. All right. So it did crop it a little bit more in this one. I don't think I'm too worried about that. That doesn't look so terrible. It's still the correct aspect ratio, so that's good. Oh yeah, I'm totally streaming from Linux. Yeah, there's no way you would find me streaming from Windows unless I absolutely had to. So. Man, this song seems a little bit tame. Ocarina of Time prelude, huh? We'll see how exciting it gets later. I mean, I do have access to Windows. All right, let's start with this. Okay, how am I going to do this? Okay, so there's Capture 1. I need to set up a Capture 2. All right, I also need to set up the other console. Well, I mean, you can do some things with USB support, too. Windows? What Windows? I haven't run Windows in ages. Okay, get rid of this. I just realized I wasn't running one of the scripts I usually run. Oh, my my time is, or my song info is totally wrong, I think. Let me fix that. There we go. Now the song info is correct. Okay, next up. Let's get this next console going. I'm just going to steal its multi-out for the moment. Okay, that's a horror show. Mario, you okay there? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's that's a horror show. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's just how I remember it. Totally normal. Crapture, these are Crapture cards. So they are whoops. They are $7 a piece. They do 720p 60. But I call them Craptures. Crapture cards. Yes, yes, yes. So much nostalgia. Cheap and jank, but it'll work for our purposes. All right, let's see if I can get this console working here. It's thinking about it. Okay. That's a different kind of horror show. All right. Oh my gosh, this just keeps getting more bizarre. Woo! Okay. Well, I'm getting different jank every time. The Moss, what happened to your capture card? I don't think the console wants to die. I think it's just in need of like more cleaning. So this is also going through an adapter because it's technically an AV Famicom. Here, I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to unplug this really quick so you can see what I mean. The console I'm using is this. So the challenge is that this is, well, it's a family computer. It has labels in Japanese on the side, although the label is starting to peel off a little bit because it's very old. But yeah, this is an AV Famicom, the flat kind that you can put an FDS on. But this one has been modified. The nice thing about these is they came officially with an AV port on them, and that's largely why they get used. But the downside is you have to use a pen adapter, and sometimes that can add some extra complexity to the operation. So I typically was not using this. In fact, I had it linked to Kevin 83 for a good long while. But we'll get it working. I have confidence. I mean, I think I have confidence. So I have an official cartridge from that. My camera balance seems to be all wrong right now. It's coming in a little hot. Okay, well here, I'll switch over. I'll switch it back because we don't need to right now. Let me see what's going on with TASBot's camera. As is common, the GoPro failed. So I will figure that out. Hang on a sec. Let me just make sure the GoPro is on. I love being able to be completely mobile. All right, we are on and just not doing anything. I don't technically need to fight with this right now, so I might choose not to. This thing can be a bit of a pain. So I'm just going to route it in here instead. I'm going to route it to 4. Yeah, I'll route it to input 4. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's see. Two. Okay, all right, that works. We're going to send. Let's see. Who is 2? Okay, we're going to do 4. Okay, that's fine. 4 to 4. All right. There we go. There we go. He's over here now. You'll see me wandering over there now. All right. Hello, Dr. Nate. You didn't miss too much. I have here an original. This is Rockman 3. We're going to put that in this console here. And the image. Comes up real bad. Let's see. Where do I have HDMI 1 going? So as you can see, it's coming across real rough on both captures. So the first thing I need to do is I need to clean this enough to be able to get somewhere. Now I have these cleaning pads. These have been real handy for me. They're just lens cleaners. I'm going to use those to quickly clean the cartridge and then put that inside of the console right away so that I can get some of that alcohol in that. This is some interesting music we've got here today. I should pick up more of these. I am deeply amused by this. Okay, so I've just put that in there, gotten it nice and wet. I'm going to cycle the cartridge in a couple times. Go back through, clean it again. We got some weird music going on right now. All right. Let's try that. Hey, it worked. All right. Don't worry about that bar at the top. We're going to fix that next. So as you can see, there was definitely, I don't know if you can see that, there was definitely some jank on there. I'm going to make sure that my cartridge adapter is clean too. All right. Yeah, that was definitely pretty dirty. Okay, so allow me to demonstrate a problem. That don't look so good, do it? It's getting closer. We still have some weird janky graphics, but we're a lot closer than we were. See if those graphics improve. Yeah. Okay, now, you see that bar across the top? And that it's flashing on both screens? That is happening because the console is behaving the exact same way you would expect it to. There is a de-jitter that is needed to fix this. Now, there is a way to fix this, and here's how I've fixed it in the past. I've used these. These are DVDO iScan HD Plus units. There's only one problem. One of them is failing, and the other one seems to be 1 foot in the grave. Or like both of them are failing in different ways. So I need some way to capture this video on my laptop in order to do this competition this weekend. But I have to solve this problem. Like, I can't not solve this issue. And this flickering happens both on this capture card as well as the capture card. So I have a $7 capture card and a $300 Magewell, and they both do the same thing. Now, I can retime it with the DVDO iScan HD Plus, but I don't want to have to haul that whole thing there. Now, this is where, let's pull this up, let's see, this one. This is where our next friend comes into place, which is, whoa, got some interference there. There is a guide to the updates to the OSSC. So I have an original OSSC, and I need to make some changes to this. HRI, camera settings are not going to fix this. So this jitter is happening because of how the video games consoles of the era used to work. Let me make sure I just didn't miss any other chat here. So basically what's happening here is as the signal is captured, the very top line that you see come in here, the top line that happens here isn't consistent. So you can think of it on a CRT as, I'm going to cover this up, I think, because it's just obnoxiously bad. The CRT top line that's drawn is off screen. It's off in the overscan area. And it doesn't matter on an analog view whether it strikes the beam at the right time or not. But if you're trying to use that top horizontal line as the framing, and that jitters a little bit, you're going to end up with all kinds of weird artifacts. Frankly, I'm surprised it's not even worse. On the Super Nintendo, it's way worse. So The best way to phrase it is that you are sending a bunch of horizontal lines, and your first line might strike or start drawing in the middle of the screen. And if your video capture card tries to use that as its lock for the rest of the lines, everything goes terribly wrong for that frame. So that's what you're seeing here. It is just freaking out trying to trying to lock onto the signal. You're getting all that jitter up and down, all kinds of stuff like that. Now the way to fix this is to send it through a DVDO iScan HD+. I'm going to do that really quick to demonstrate what that looks like, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, partly because I need 3 consoles and I only have 2 of these, and second because I think this one has started failing. So I'm going to take this unit right here. I'm going to set it in place and connect it up, and it should resolve that jitter. But I'm going to need to do this fix for more than one of these. So let me start by connecting this guy up. I should have a power supply back here already. I'm going to turn the music volume up just a touch. This song's a little on the quiet side. Yeah, go ahead. It's definitely progressive. We're capturing a progressive signal. These both have RGB mods to get the raw signal out. All right, let's get that hooked up. I'm going to hook it up here. All right, I'm going to swing back around here. Okay, so now I've got the DVDO iScan HD Plus connected. You can see a blue screen there. The next step is going to be a little bit tricky. I need to find the right cable. I think I have one over here. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. All right, that's the wrong one. Grab, not that one, not that one, not that one. I know I have the cable I need in here. It's just a DVI to HDMI cable, nothing fancy. Well, this one will work. Okay, so here's I'm going to do this. Okay, grab the adapter. I should have that over there. Okay, there's that. Okay, here we go. All right. Just wander around to the other side here and grab that. There's one other thing I need to do, which I'll need to tell the OSSC that I need to be in DVD mode. Or, I'm sorry, DVI mode, not DVD. DVI mode. I said the wrong word. Okay, there. All right. Ugh. I'll be back on camera in a moment. Okay. So the reason it's saying unsupported signal is because it's getting something all messed up. So I'm going to do a quick fix here. Go to menu. I know I'm like off screen for the moment, but that's okay. Let's see. Where is my menu button? Let's see, what remote is this connected with? I thought it was this one. I gotta tell the OSSC that it needs to be in a different mode, but I've got to find the right remote that goes to it, or just reprogram one. This doesn't seem to be the correct remote. This one either. All right, what remote did I have on here? Let me just reprogram this really quick. This won't take me too long. In fact, I think I brought the remote with me. Let's see, did I? It doesn't look like I did. Okay, that's fine. I could have swore I had another remote here, but I'll just use this one. 1 second while I check in on chat.
You're listening to 102.3. Beat up Radio.TAS.Bot. It's your very own Radio.TAS.Bot here, where we play nothing but 6.
You missed Deep Wango? I mean, I'm fairly certain the MOS can fix that too. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Mick, for posting it. You always have permission to post the link, as long as it's not something crazy. Okay. And yes, yeah, it is progressive signal. I can arrange Deep Wango, but I'm fairly confident that the MOS can do it even more effectively. Well, the only thing you can do on the OSSC itself, on these, the only thing you can do is it's only got 2 buttons, so you can only set it up to program a remote. And I don't seem to have the right remote for this, so I'm just going to reprogram this one right quick. It won't take me long. I'll be sitting here on the floor. Hi. I bet you can see me down here. Okay. So if you hold down the buttons. Okay, it has me press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Let's make menu this button. Okay. Back, up, down, left, right, info, backlight, scan line mode, scan line type, let's see. Okay, there we go. It makes you program a ton of keys, and I'd rather it didn't. But okay, so now I'm currently running firmware that's kind of old, but that's okay. I'm going to go down and go to the menu, go to Output, Options, and say that it is outputting to DVI mode. And that should make it so that you can get an image. Holy cow, that's all kinds of busted. Hang on. Whoa. Holy cow, I can't, I can get an image, but it looks all kinds of messed up. Wow. It's hard to convey exactly how screwed up this is. Let me see if I can get a camera pointed at this. Here, I'm gonna do this. This is so hosed. It's like, it's hard to explain how bad that is. Yeah, what on earth is causing that? That looked normal from a distance, but no, it is super wiggly. Hang on a second. Okay, so that's with DVI mode. Let me see what else I messed up here. Okay, so let's see. This is so bad that, let's see. All right, let me see if I can get something better out of it. It doesn't like that image at all. Goodness. Okay. Let me try something else here. It doesn't look like that. It doesn't look as messed up on my screen at all. Like on my CRT, I should say. The CRT looks nice and crisp. Okay. We should be getting... Okay, both of these are causing the same problem. That's a fascinating problem. I am currently in, let's see, auto mode. Man, it can't even get a signal out from this. Let me do info here. Let me see what signal it thinks it's getting. So if I go to information, it thinks it's getting in a 1280 by 720p. Oh no, it thinks it's getting 480p. And it's trying to send out a 1280. Let me see if I can make sense of this. The output is all wrong on this. Here. Okay, let me do this one more time. Let's do output options. Output is DVI. Okay, let's try going at 1920 by 1080p and see if that fixes things. I can barely see what I'm doing here. 1080i, 1080p 60. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so now I have an only slightly messed up video signal. I'm going to turn this off and then back on and see if I can get something for you guys. No, even that is hosed. I don't understand what's going on, guys. I can't see an image that's clean at all. It's like it's coming through really badly. DVI, it's just HDMI, but with no audio in this case. And now I have no signal at all. Okay, so I think more than anything, this just goes to demonstrate that I need to retire the DVIs because I can't even get a clean image out of it. Just even as a test pattern, I can't get a clean image out of it. So I'm going to give up on the DVDO. I knew I needed to give up on the DVDO iScan HD Plus anyway. So I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to go back to HDMI mode on the output proc settings. Let's see, go here, go to output, and go to that. All right, now when I plug this in, this should just work. Okay, we should get an image out of this with any luck. X mode is HDMI, and output is going to be Linux, line 2X, generic 4x3. Okay, let me make sure that I've got the cable connected correctly, because I worry that I don't. Okay, hang on a sec. All right, I have too much stuff plugged in, and now I got to figure out where it's all going. All right, this is going up to, should be 1, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, that's 1. All right, I'm going to plug that in again, make sure that I get a good signal. Oh, sorry, that hurt my ears. Okay, hopefully that gets you a signal, with any luck. You hear Alt F4 works? Okay. You hear Alt F4 works? All right, let's send, I'm going to send 1 to here as well. Okay, we should have an image at least. But I don't know why we don't. Let's see, we had an image earlier, and now we got nothing. I swear I didn't break things that badly. Okay, where is 1 going? 1 is going here. All right, let's try this again. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we're back to going through the Okay. All right, so I'm back to just the original setup. So this is the console that behaves the best. Basically, this one seems to be able to lock in. Oh, nice. Husky, I do still call it Windows often. The Windows key, even though it's, labeled as a super key. But okay, so that was a whole lot of everything's going wrong. So yeah, I basically call it Super or Windows interchangeably because, granted, Microsoft did introduce the Windows key. Okay, that was a whole lot of things going totally sideways. I don't know what happened with my DVDO iScan HD Plus, but it has now degraded to the point where all I'm getting is wavy lines out of it. This console works okay. It just happens to be within tolerance. But this other one, here, I'll show you what I mean. If I just unplug this cable from the US top loader console and plug it into this AV FAMI. Hang on. There we go. Let's see if, yeah. So you can see that flashing at the top, that's what we need to get rid of. And the issue is, although it might seem like it's a problem with the console, it's not. Effectively, what I need to do is fix that flashing. Now, because I don't want us to all go really crazy dealing with that, I'm going to flip this back over to the console that doesn't do that. I should really get the other cable so I can just hit the button on my switcher rather than moving the cable back and forth. I do have a SCART switcher here. I might as well use it. But, Mick, I do not run Arch. The bloody, you're not wrong. The bloody screen, I'm constantly in positions like that. Yeah, I'm Debian-based. Ooh, I'm liking this music, by the way. Okay, so let me show you what I've got here. Let's see. There's a... Is that the page? No. There is an actual... It's this wiki, but there is an actual, honest to goodness... upgrade. Oh, no, I don't need to pay for somebody. I'm going to do it myself. Nope, not that. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So here's what we need to do. So we're going to need to remove the resistor at R35 and attach a wire to the top pad marked in yellow. So that's going to be R35. And then we need to solder to that tiny little section right there. So that's what I need to do next. No, Toho, it's not a bad cable. This is absolutely a problem with the way that... Here, I'm just going to pull up that page that he suggested looking at, or they suggested looking at. Let me pull this up here. So this is for PAL, but... oh, yeah, okay. So this is just talking about the actual field methods, which are actually really cool. What I'm talking about specifically is a jitter issue, which is not on this page, but that's okay. Long and the short of it, I need to do this conversion and update my OSSC, and hopefully I can get past that issue. Does that basically have a triangle wave offset per line? I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. So it doesn't actually matter what order you do it in. I remember I found a much better guide than this. Okay. That was January 14. Yeah, this is the same guide we saw earlier. I do know that it does not matter which order you do it in. So here's for the Classic, here's for the Pro. But I do know somewhere I saw that there was information that said you don't actually have to do it in any particular order. So what I need to do is remove resistor 35 and attach a wire to the top of the pad. And then I have to also connect a bodge wire. So I do have some bodge wire here. Grabbed some. So I have this tiny little bodge wire in preparation for this. And my hope is that by upgrading the firmware on the OSSC and using some of the other fixes, that I'll be able to avoid having to go through an OSSC, or go through the DVDO iScan Plus. Which Linux command made me go, I wish I knew about this 7 years ago when I first learned about it? Probably Control R. I use Control R all the time. Like constantly. So, I'm going to need to do some soldering. In the meantime, I'm going to duplicate the output. Rather than fight with the soldering today, I'm going to try to get the scene set up. And I already know that I can get a clean capture from one of these consoles, so I'm just going to send the same image to multiple capture cards. And we're going to try to get all the capture cards in one scene today instead. Yeah, Control R. Yeah. Let me embiggen this. Okay. Let me just embiggen this real big. So if I need to look through if I hit Control R and start typing TASBot, I can see all of the times that I've typed TASBot. And I can also keep hitting Control R to see the other times I've typed that word. So for instance, I can hit Control R and type ADDR, and every time I hit Control R, it'll cycle through different times that I've typed that word. Or Control R grep. There's a fun one. So every time I hit Control R, it'll show me a previous time that I typed that word. Here I was messing with numlock, so if I want to, I can hit Control R, type num, and I can see all of the times that I was hacking numlock on a keyboard. I was writing to the numlock. So this is in Bash. So this has nothing to do with the terminal you're in. It's just a feature of Bash. Yeah, it's like just a faster way. I'm constantly hitting Control R and typing out the thing I want to search for when I have a complex command that I need to do. So you could do something like history grep t, for instance, and I can see all of the brightness commands that I did. But yeah. Yeah, Mick, you could totally do that anytime you like. Yeah. The next thing that I did not know about was Tmux, which I use Tmux all the time. I like having multiple windows. This one can be doing this one can be doing this, and you can even split windows, just like this, and have multiple windows going. I can have top running in one, and anyway. Tmux is amazing. Control R works very well pretty much everywhere that has bash. So nothing interesting there. Hey, Rexrath, good to see you. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bust out the scene because I'm going to need at least 3 consoles, at least a minimum, 2 humans and TASBot. Since I can only get a clean image out of one of those right now, I'm going to worry about the image stuff later, and I'm going to do the screen stuff now. So specifically, I'm trying to do the video capture part of it. I have a couple of these capture devices here. I can do a couple of USB 2.0 and a couple of USB 3.0 devices on my laptop without it exploding. But I need to make sure that I can actually do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal a cable off of a monitor that I'm not actively using. All right. This song is super weird, by the way, and I don't know if I like it. Really don't know how I feel about this song right now. This song is probably going to get skipped when I get back to my keyboard. I don't know, it's growing on me a little. Okay. So I have this other cable. I'm going to plug this into my capture card. So this one that's labeled capture is actually my Magewell. I'm going to rename this. I'm just going to have to rename that. Now I'm going to set up a capture 2. And let's do a VLC. Okay, there we go. There's capture 1. So we're going to take the exact same filter. I believe I can copy this filter. Yes, I can. And I can go to filter, and I can paste. Yay. Oh, that totally didn't work. Here's why. My filter was assuming a 1920 by 1080. Totally was the wrong thing. Okay, we're just going to reset that, that whole thing. Filters, let me delete that. Okay, so the capture is currently set up to motion JPEG capture at, let's do 720p, 1280 by 720 at 60 FPS. And now I am going to have to do a correction here. So let's just go to filters, go to scaling aspect ratio, and say it's 4:3. I like this song. I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit. We'll center that. Should be about 240 or so. Usually is around that. Yeah, 240 on each side. So now I have capture 1. It's like a cap 1 and cap 2. So we're just going to go over here and add in cap 1. Yeah, me doing all the OBS stuff is not necessarily the most fascinating stuff to watch, but I've got to do it. Like, I can't not do it. As you'll see, I'm adding a scene as a reference instead. It's just a much better idea. So I'm going to put that one up here, and this one is going to go down below captured 1. Do this. Get this right about here. Okay, that looks about right. So that's capture 2. Time to add in capture 3. So, well, technically it's the second capture card, but all right, I'm going to plug this into a different bus, a different, uh-oh, I got a problem. I'm going to have to swap this over. Okay, I'm going to move this, which is going to kill that input. Hopefully it recovers. Make sure that that is all right before I plug the next one. Okay, so we're back on that one. Now let me plug this guy in over here. And I need an even longer cable. Let's see, where am I going to steal this one from? I'm already stealing this from here. Already stealing that from there. What am I listening to? That sounded really weird. What was that? In less than a 10-word sentence, why did you choose your distro? Linux Mint works for everything. There you go. Maybe it doesn't have the most recent packages, but Flatpaks fixed all of that. Okay, I need to figure out how I'm going to get another video signal out of this. How am I going to do this? I am running out of outputs. Let's see. How am I going to do this? This is 8. I'm going to steal 7, so I just won't see the output to here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Let me grab a coupler here or a longer cable. I am quickly running out of time too. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Well, I'm back here. It's good to have you guys around. I gotta say, I've missed being able to stream. I do wish that I didn't have to not eat before streaming, and I wish that I had the ability to stream for longer, but I can make it between 2 to 4 hours before things go sideways. Give or take. All right, I have plugged this in here. It's going to capture the wrong thing at first, and that's okay. I'm going to temporarily replace this. This is going to make my laptop a little upset, but that's all right. Give me a moment here to reroute a little bit. Okay, there's that. Okay, that should be okay. Oh, interesting. I guess I got bad appled. Hopefully I don't get a strike against me for this, like I did last time. Okay. All right, this just got a little bit harder for me to do because I stole my screen. But that's all right. I'm going to grab another capture. Oh, this just never starts, does it? I can already tell. It just is the intro of Bad Apple Forever. Thanks. So appreciated there. I have a funny feeling Media Magnet is involved in this. Or the Moss. Those are my two thoughts. Okay. Here, let's just do it this way. Full screen out to here. Okay, we're going to do the Capture 2, so VLC. Okay, so I now have no signal. Let's see, 1 going to 6. All right, resolution is 1920 or 720, 1280 by 720. There we go, and 60. All right, we're going to go to this capture, and I'll do the same thing. So this capture 2. We're just going to say a filter. All right, put me out of my misery. This song is getting repetitive. It's Scaling aspect ratio. I didn't know about this filter, and it's actually kind of handy. I'll say 4:3. And just expand that out. And then it's probably going to be 240.
You're listening to 102.3. Beat up Radio.TAS.Bot. It's your very own Radio.
Yeah, that's about centered.
Here, where we play nothing but 6.
All right, we're going to add in cap 3.
This ain't your brother's turn on the Nintendo.
Oops, we'll try that again. Add scene, cap 3. I hit the wrong button. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to take cap 2's transformation. So go, I mean, I can barely see what I'm doing here. Copy transform, we're going to go to cap 3, move that to the bottom of the pile, and then paste that transformation. And then move that down. About like that. Okay. That looks about right. So now I have 4 copies. Oh, now what's going on with my music? Ooh, I like this song. Despite some uncomfortable early adjustments, you have not looked back except to say, how the hell is Microsoft getting away with this? Yeah, that sounds about right. HRI, you missed Linux Mint 12? That's a long time ago. I would say Microsoft has made it Windows 11 to the point that I can now say with a straight face that Linux Mint is better than Windows and mean it. Okay, so we are 3 in out of 4. My 4th is a bit of a challenge, but we're going to give it a shot. It usually gives me all kinds of trouble. Constantly, every single time I mess with it. Also, I'm kind of running out of capture devices, but that's okay. So we're going to steal this one first. Just pretend like it's working. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I don't seem to have the cable I need right now. I love my Magewell because it just takes all the abuse and just works all the time. Okay, here's where I'm at. I'm at a stopping point where I need either another USB cable or I need to solder something or something else, and I need to hop off for a meeting here in a couple of minutes. As much as I would love to make more entertaining progress, that'll have to wait till tomorrow's stream. But I do hope to stream a little bit earlier in the day tomorrow. And I anticipate that things will be a little bit less messy. Hey, thank you so much for swinging by. I will see you tomorrow at an earlier time and for a longer stream if everything goes to plan. And maybe I'll have some updates on the biohacking stuff. So see you guys again soon, and stay tuned for some more fun.